Welcome back. This is our League of Dungeoneers campaign playthrough. Right now, our heroes have just opened the door to the next room, and they are being welcomed by a bat swarm. All right, so we'll pick up from there. So right now, we've got the bat swarm. They do auto hit, so they're automatically going to do 1d4 points of damage per action to all heroes adjacent. Once they're wounded, they do 1d2. They act first. Always acts first during the first turn, regardless of tokens. Flyers move through squares and other models, ignoring zone of control. And they are pyrophobia, so they have to pass a resolve test if somebody has a torch or fire. Nobody has that right now. They've got 10 life and minus 10 on their 2 hit. All right. So this will be the start of the round. I'm going to go ahead and roll the scenario die to get us kicked off. We got the swarms of bats set up from last turn. Let's see if anything happens with the scenario die. Our threat level is currently on 6, it looks like. All right, so scenario die 3, nothing happens. We open the door. I'm not sure I marked off that. So our threat level will be at 7. And then normally we would be pulling the tokens out of the bag, but it says these guys act first on the first turn. So we'll put 4 tokens in the bag for us. We won't get the listening because we won't pull tokens to the second turn. 3 for them. They're going to act first. Beasts typically start off with adjacent to a hero, no. If within M spaces, perform a charge attack. All right, so they can't technically charge, but they can move up 1 space. So this one will move 1 up to here. And these are adjacent. I know the door is in the way, but they are adjacent, attacking through a doorway with a close weapon. And it is going to need it doesn't have to roll to hit. So it's going to automatically hit. So move his first action. Second action is going to do a d4 damage. And let's see where it hits. To Lady Thorn. 3 damage to her leg. Lady Thorn has the mail coat. Sleeve mail coat. 4 defense. Takes no damage. The other one will move up here. Attack Boren. That's an automatic d4 damage. Let's see where it hits. 2 damage to his chest. He has padded jacket that can block 2. Takes no damage. And then the last one has a movement of 6. And let's see where that one's going to go. So it's going to start flying. It can move 6 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we'll say it can hit any of these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see who it attacks. 5, 6. So Nayless is going to auto take a d4 hit. 4 damage to the chest for Nayless. Does she have armor? So she has a padded jacket that can block 2. It'll take 1 durability damage, and then she's going to take 2 damage. That's going to take her from 11 down to 9. And now the heroes can all go. So the bat swarms, these guys have 10 life. They're minus 10 to hit. If we start with Lady Thorn, I feel like we should just have her do a power attack. Everybody should just do a power attack because they're always going to hit. So Lady Thorn will go first. She's going to do a power attack. She'll get a plus 20. So normally her CS is 46, 56, 66, minus 10, 56. All right, so she needs a 56 to hit. Where's the D10s? There's one. There's the other. So Lady Thorn is going to attack this one that's right out through the doorway. And I don't quite remember if there's any penalty for attacking through doorways. I know if you're firing an arrow or throwing a potion, it's -10. Enemy has taken a defensive stat, half height object. I don't see anything on the quick sheet. All right, so I think it's okay. 56. 002, that is a critical hit with a Bloodlust. And Bloodlust, when you do a power attack, is an automatic max damage. It's automatic max damage. So that's going to be 12. Has she already gotten a +1 in this dungeon under her CS? She has not. All right, so her combat skill, she gets a +1. 12 damage. She will wreck that bat. It is destroyed. She runs in, slashing left, right, clearing the swarm. All right. So then that leaves Valdemir. He's hurt. He's got 4 damage on him, but he has a staff. He'll need a 30 to hit, so he's going to swing at the bats behind us. 41. His first attack misses. Second attack also misses. All right. So then we're going to have the dwarf turn around. So Stout is going to turn around, face behind him. And he's going to attack the bat swarm. He's also going to do a power attack. He normally hits with a 35, 45, 55, -10, so he needs a 45. 79, he misses. What about Nahlis? Nahlis needs a better weapon. I think somebody has a short sword they can give her. What about Nahlis? Nahlis will turn around also. And then she is going to... She'll move over 1. And then she'll shoot her longbow at it. So Nahlis, fire an arrow. She's going to need a 45. 21 is a hit. And now that she has a longbow, her longbow does D10 damage. 6 damage. All right, so that will take it down to 4 life. And the bat swarm is wounded. Let's see what her arrows are at. Right, she's got 8 arrows left in her quiver. And she also has got a couple throwing axes in her backpack. And then that's going to lead us with Boren. So he's going to power attack. And we're doing the power attack because they auto hit. So it doesn't really matter the penalty that you would get. So he's got 45, 65. So he needs a 55 to hit. 52, that is a hit. So he'll roll 2d6s plus 3 and take the highest. 6 plus 3 is 9 damage. Is it only plus 3? Did he have anything else? Yep. 9 damage. So this bat swarm is wounded and it only has 1 life left. So both of these bat swarms are wounded. This one has 1 life left. And this one has, I believe, 4 life left. All right. That's going to be the end of the round. And we can roll the scenario die. 4, nothing happens. Next round, we've got the tokens in the bag. So we have to take 1 out because we killed one of the bat swarms. Lady Thorn destroyed 1. Shake these up. First up, it is going to be heroes. So I think Lady Thorn is going to go again. She's still adjacent to the bat swarm with 1 life. She's going to power attack it. Lady Thorn and Valdemir will go. Power attack through the door. Yep, she'll power attack through the door. So she's going to need something like 57. We'll see if it's close if I have to check. 40, that is going to be a hit. D12 damage. 6 damage. It's got 1 life. She kills that bat swarm. Good job, Lady Thorn. Valdemir, her trusty squire. He needs around a 30. Let's see. But yep, he needs a 30. That is a bloodlust hit with a staff, so he'll get to roll 2d8 and keep the highest first one. 8, that's going to do it. So the squire is learning from the knight. They slay the bats. The bats have parts. Just grab this token. We will have... let's see, what are we going to do? We're going to have stout strong brew is going to try to do an alchemy roll and get some parts. 73. He is not good at getting parts. All right, we're going to have Naelis search this room that we're in. Her perception is 70. 73. Nope, nothing to find here. That costs 2 AP. We're going to have Boren come into this room. And then he's going to check that chest because there's a drawers here, a bed, and a chest. And the card doesn't say chest, but sometimes this game has erratas or whatever that's wrong. So since I can see the chest on the tile, we're going to assume that there's a chest in here. So a D10 and a D6. It is opened and unlocked. And then we'll roll on the search table for a chest. Where is the search cheat sheet? Search card. Where is it? All right. Search card. Oh, let's see what we get. A 1 on a chest. That should be pretty good. 1 on a chest is a wonderful treasure. That's fantastic. Fantastic. We're going to switch cameras for this. Let me grab the wonderful treasures. We'll do a shuffle. I kind of wish it was I wish Naelis had opened the chest. I didn't think about that. It's then she could pick 2 and keep 1. So you get plus morale on a find treasure. So I'm gonna assume you get plus morale on a... I don't think I see it, but that'll be our wonderful treasure. Let's see, did we find anything of value? So we are getting a legendary item. Wow, stories of these items. Wait. Stories of these items are told wide and far. Most people say there are more than fairy tales, and maybe some are. Yet here you stand with one of these objects in your very hand. One random legendary item. Roll on the legendary item table to determine what you have managed to find. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so I have cards. So I'm guessing these cards are the same. Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, I see stuff that's in the back of the book. Okay, so yeah. Because the false prophet has cards, and then there's a little book somewhere. I wasn't expecting to find any legendary items, so I don't... Not sure. Let me see if I can find the book, if I have the book. Okay, there's the book. All right. I wasn't expecting to find any, but I will take that. And then we will shuffle these up. This is clearly a rare find. The like magical treasure music is like playing in the background. The horns are blowing, the angels are singing, and that'll be what we get. So let's see what it is. What does Boren the rogue pull out of this treasure chest? It is Olnir's hammer. This hammer is said to have been passed down by the god himself. The hammer stuns the enemy every time it hits without any test needed. However, the effect of stun is not cumulative, so the enemy can never lose more than 1 action per turn. The hammer is in all other respects considered a battle hammer. Nice. All right, so I think he can keep this. And I don't know, is Olnir's hammer in this book too? Olnir's hammer. LMN. Page 27. Does it have like accuracy stats and all that other stuff? Ooh. Oh, is this the same words or is it more? Disappear from the hits. Oh, So there's some additional lore in the legendary items book, but we have found this Olnir's hammer. I won't read all that, but I'll hold it here for a second if anybody wants to pause. Nice. So it is considered a battle hammer. And do I have a battle hammer card handy? It stuns on every hit, but only once, I guess. Warhammer. All right, battle hammer. So battle hammer does 1d10 damage. Stun. Target loses 1 AP if damage is an even number. Built for offense. On to hit in close combat. Okay. All right, so he's got Olnir's hammer. We'll have to get the stats and all that stuff. I'm pretty sure he's going to equip it. Let me find the stats for a I got this kind of like this D&D DM screen, roll for initiative, but I use it. It has 4 things in here, and I can keep some cheat sheets in here. Let's see, battle hammer, 10 encumbrance, stun, built for offense, 100 coin. Okay, so I think legendary items, I think maybe they have 8 points. So basically he stuns all the time. He doesn't have to have that battle hammer. If the damage is an even number, it will always stun in 1d10. So is he going to equip that now? Orin Grimspike, the short sword is one-handed, and the battle hammer is what class? The dwarf with the big hammer, it almost makes too much sense. Class 3. So he can still hold that with one hand. It makes him a little bit easier to hit because it's built for offense. But I think we go with it. So we'll put I think he has to do that on his next turn. So he opened the chest before I lose track of what all happened. Naylis searched. Let's get back to the map. All right, so he opened up the chest. Naylis searched. And next step is going to be see, I think Lady Thorn did the killing blow. And Voldemir went. So it's just Stout. So Stout can move 4. 1, 2, 3, and he will check the dresser. A 3 on the dresser. Does that find anything? Bookshelf, or is it called a dresser? It's a drawer. 3 is a small bag of coins. 2d20 coins. All right, so we'll take that. So we find 3, very small bag of coins. 13 coins. We'll add that to our coin log. And then that's going to be the end of the round. We'll roll the scenario die. A 10. Oh, man. All right, we'll make a threat roll. 2. That is under our threat, which means we are in a non-combat threat roll situation. So we have to see what happens. And where did I put my other cheat sheet? I moved all my cheat sheets around. All right, so that means we have to roll a d20 and see what happens. 10. A wandering monster has appeared. Threat goes down by 5. There's a wandering monster at the entrance. Threat goes from 7 down to 2. All right. That means we got a little bit of a timer. So that wandering monster is about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or so rooms away. Okay. All right. So Boren will take 2 actions to swap out his short sword for Olnir's hammer. I was kind of debating if I should give that to Lady Thorn, but I think we'll have Boren keep it. Where's his sheet? All right, so his short sword currently has 3 durability damage. So we're going to put that in his backpack. Short sword. 3 durability on it. Encumbrance for that is... We'll get all that sorted out later. Class 3. So Olnir's hammer is class 3. Doesn't have any damage on it. And then it says the hammer is in all other respects considered a battle hammer. So I'm going to assume that it has the built for offense tag. So we'll put BFO. And it does 1d10 damage. He can still hold it one-handed. So built for offense and always stun. That's great. Short sword. Wow. Found a legendary item. Okay, Olnir hammer. Okay. All right. So he swapped it out. Stout came in and searched the drawer. That means somebody can check the bed. So Nayless is going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then she'll search the bed. 10. I hope that's not something bad. I think in the bed is nothing. Yep, nothing. Lady Thorn's going to go 1, 2, 3. And then check the door. D10 and a D6. So the door is locked, but it is not trapped. So a 7 on the door. Pick locks, no penalty, and it's got 10 wounds. We'll have somebody try to pick that next turn. 2, 3, 4. Squire will get next to him. It's the end of the round. We'll roll a D10. Nothing happens. The wandering monster goes into the first room. Now we got to decide, do we want Borland to pick the lock? It costs 2 AP. His lock picks is 44. Or do I have somebody just hit the door? First, I'm going to have 2 AP for Nayless to search this room. So she's going to search the whole room. She needs a 70 or less. 64. That is a success. Does she find anything? Oh, no. Oh, no. 100. That, I think, is an ambush. Oh, my gosh. We are never going to get out of this dungeon. Oh, it's a trap. Draw a trap card. That's still bad. So Nayless has triggered a trap. It is skeletons. If triggered, sanity -2. Oh, let me go to top down. All right, so this is a trap card we pulled. Suddenly, small niches appear in the walls, and a number of dusty old skeletons appear. They stand motionless for a few seconds before fixing their eyeless gaze on the hero. Place 1d6 skeletons randomly along the walls. They are armed with broadswords and shields, armor 1. So we get a +10 perception to see it. So that means an 80 if she notices. She does notice, and then we get a -10 to disable it. So that means pick locks. Pick locks for Nayless is... So Nayless's pick locks is 60. So let's see if she stopped this from happening. She does with the 11. So she somehow figures out a way to reset whatever was triggering the skeletons to start moving, and we have avoided that trap. All right, good job, Neelis. Good job and bad job at the same time. Okay. So it cost her 2 AP to do that. I guess Boren is just going to try to bash the door down. Yeah, we won't waste time. So we'll come over here for 1, hit the door. It's going to do D10 damage plus 1 because of his strength. Wow, just 2 damage to the door. And then Stout will come up. Threat goes up by 2 because we tried to bash the door in. Threat is up to 6. That's okay. End of round scenario 3, nothing happens. Wandering monster move. Yep, moves 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it's back to us. Boren's going to hit the door again. D10 damage plus 1. That's 2 more damage. Threat goes up by 2. So he's done 4 damage to the door. He'll hit it again. 3 damage plus 1 is 4. That's 8 damage. Threat goes up by 2. Wow, he's not rolling good. All right, then Lady Thorn is going to go and hit the door. Should have probably had her do it. She bashes the door down, crash. Threat goes up by 2. It's at 11 now. Door gets knocked down. We grab the room card. It is not the objective room. Empty room. This room is completely empty. Looking around, you discover a number of levers set in one of the walls. The levers can be pulled if you choose to. Check the rulebook for details. That's tempting, but I don't think we're going to pull any levers because we've been in here for a long time. So let me find the empty room. Empty room tile. So that's going to be R11. All right, so we will think we've got 2 left. So it's either this room or the next. Or I mean, it's either the next room or something after that. So we'll put the door there. Yeah, maybe I should put the door here and then I can slide a room in. Yeah, we'll put the door here. Hopefully I'll have enough room. Okay. All right. And then we have a 50% chance of an encounter. So let's go ahead and roll that up. All right, is there an encounter in this room? With the lever. 67, there is not. I can't say that I hate that. So Lady Thorn loses her first AP. She's going to go ahead and come in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And she's going to get ready to go to that other door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The squire. He already went. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that is everybody. All right, so then it's the end of the round. Wandering monster. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And scenario die. All right, nothing happens. And then it's back to us. We are going to activate Boren first so we can catch up with everybody. We'll have him go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll have her, Lady Thorn, go next and check the door. D10 and D6. That is a 5 and a 9. So this door is locked. We'll have Nayless go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then these guys will fill in there. Being locked with the 9 means that it is... We're going to have Nayless try to pick the locks next turn. Otherwise, it's going to have So it's minus 15 to locks, and it's got 20 life on the door. And then Wandering Monster. Yep, still comes. 1, 2, 3, 4. And scenario die. 6, nothing happens. And then we are back to our turn. So let's have Nayless open the door. Let's see. Or try to pick the lock. So Nayless's pick locks are what? Nayless Dark Whisper. Dark Whispers lock picks 60. And then this was a 9, so minus 15. So she needs a 45. It takes 2 AP to do it. 45. 007. Wow, Nayless. Coming in clutch. She clicks. The door opens. All right, we'll grab a room card. And let's see what it is. Oops. It is... All right, objective room. Fantastic. This is the room you have been looking for. It's time to finish the quest. Consult the quest book for the description and special rules. All right, so where'd I put the quest book? All right, so we were doing the Lost Prayer, going through this massive dungeon. What do we have to do? Okay, let's see. The objective room. Okay, the heroes enter a large chamber. Oh, no, wait. I have to roll 1d3 to determine which objective room paragraph to read. Read only that paragraph. So a d6. 1 through 2 is a 1. Do I have a little sheet so I have to change? All right. 1, 2 is a 1. 3, 4 is a 2. 5, 6 is a 3. So it is a 1. All right. The objective room. The heroes enter a large chamber with a long sarcophagus on the far end. Cleverly designed clerestory windows let shafts of light in, focusing the beams on the sarcophagus. According to the priest, this should be the final resting place of Novell. It is a great pity that the heroes are not alone. Setup. Use the lone tomb tile. The heroes enter along the short side of the room, opposite the sarcophagus. Roll twice on the encounter table and place the enemies randomly in the chamber. Okay, so let me get that out. And then let me see. Okay, so I gotta get the lone tomb tile. And how do I want to do this? Let's see. Lone tomb tile. And I need to move this down the way here. All right, let me find this camera. Oh, put this back here for now. All right, let me find the lone tomb tile. Oops. It's not good. Lone tomb tile. And then, okay, the heroes enter on the shallow end, it said. I'm gonna have to scoot some of this stuff down probably. See if I can fit this here. Just trying, okay. All right, so the heroes are entering through here. And what is the other one? There is one more door someplace, but I don't think we're going to worry about that. We're not planning on going to that room. I'll put the other door. Be a door over here. Okay. So let's see. What am I looking at? Move this. All right. So that's the tomb tile. Our heroes are coming in right here. And then let's see if I can get, probably need like a higher view. Or come over here. Nope, I don't like that. Give me 1 second, I'm just messing with, trying to figure out how I can get this camera where I want it. Okay. All right. So then 2 things on the encounter table. So we'll roll the d20 and we'll see what we get. We are going to have a 1 and a 2. Wow, a 1 and a 2. That is going to be not too bad, I don't think. A 1 and a 2 are giant rats. 1d3 giant rats. So it's 2 of them. So we'll roll these 2d6s. 1d3. So that's going to be a 1, and that's going to be a throw. So 4 giant rats. And I'm not mad at that because this dungeon has been a beast. So 4 giant rats. If that's all that we got to deal with in this tomb, then so be it. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. And this room is. Did it say something about setting up the? It said, okay, tomb to heroes enter along the short side, opposite the sarcophagus. Roll twice on the encounter table. Place the enemies, okay, randomly. All right, so this room has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's probably 12. So 6 down, 12 across. The first rat is 4 down and 5 across. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Second rat, 2 and 2. 1, 2, and 2. Next, 11 and 5. One's way down here. 3 and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. All right. So we got the rats set up in the tomb. Some are down there at the end. There's only 4 of them. And do we have to do anything else after that? Okay. No, yeah. It just says read the top part. Okay. All right. So we'll get the tokens. So we open the door. That's going to be 5 tokens for us because of the hearing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the rats because they also have perfect hearing. And we'll see who activates. The rats have 6 life. Giant rats, scurry, perfect hearing, pyrophobia. Nobody has fire. They move through all models and zones of control for free. All right, and they move 6. So let's see who goes first. A rat. All right, so rat's gonna go. So it looks like I think it's gonna be this guy up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he will charge. And then he can hit Nayless or Lady Thorn. So 1, 2, 3, Lady Thorn, 4, 5, 6, Nayless. He goes after Lady Thorn. He'll get plus 10, so 55. 15, that is a hit. That's going to be 1d6 damage. Lady Thorn is going to try to dodge. Let's see if she dodges. 52, I think, is not good enough. Her dodge is 46. Nope, so she barely misses it. She uses up her dodge. And then she's going to take 1d6 damage. Let's see where. 4 damage to the chest. And I'm pretty sure her chain is going to block all of that. Yes, the sleeve mail coat can take 4, blocks it all. Let's see who's next. Next up. One of us. So the rat is right in front of us. Do we have Lady Thorn go and just strike back and then move into the room? Or do we have Nayless go and try to... Yeah, we'll have Lady Thorn go. So Lady Thorn's going to activate. She's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 and get behind the rat. Plus 20. Slice it with the longsword. And she rolls a critical failure, which means her sword takes a damage. That was zeros. I know it kind of flipped to a 2, but it was another 100. So her longsword takes a durability. It's got 3 durability damage. If she clanks it against the hard concrete instead of against the rat. And then Valdemir is going to move 1, 2, 3. He's going to get right inside there and get next to the rat. And then he's going to take a swing with his staff. And he's going to try to hit it. And the rat has -5, I believe. So he's going to need a, where are you, Valdemir? 35. 23, he hits it. That's a D8 damage. 3 damage to the rat, so that rat is wounded. We'll only have 1 AP. And then we'll go to the bag. Rat. Next closest rat. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to charge Lady Thorn. Try to hit her in the back. Plus 20. So it gets 10 for the charge. So it gets plus 30. So it's going to need a plus 30, 75 to hit. 55, it hits. D6 damage. 3 damage to the head. Does she have a helmet on? She has her mail coif. The rat leaps up at her, bites her head, but the rat teeth don't go through it, and she is fine. She's just tanking everything. Next up, heroes. All right, so Nahlis is right there, but I think I want Boren to go and get a swing with the hammer in. Yeah, so Boren will come here, and he will swing Olnir's hammer. Let's see what he gets. 50. That's close to what he would need. I gotta look at his sheet. All right. He needs. Where is he? Where is his sheet? He needs. Nope, that's not enough. He needs a 45. So he would have needed a 40. He misses with the hammer. It clanks against the ground. And we see who's next. Rat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is there a space there? The rats can move. They have scurry. They can't get next to anybody. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can move through models, so she's already engaged. It'll try to attack Valdemir. So it runs all the way over there and then tries to bite Valdemir. 78, it misses. Back to the bag. One of us will have Nahlis go. She's going to attack the rat in front of her with her dagger. She'll need a 55 to hit. 59, she barely misses. Does she have an energy? She does. She will use her energy. Because we are in close to the last room. I mean, we are in the last room. So she'll use her energy to do heroic force of will. Add 10 to that. That's going to make it a hit. And then she'll do D6 damage to the rat. She whips out the dagger, plunges it down. Where's my black D6 at? Where's the black D6? Oh, here we go. Wow, 1 damage. It is still alive. It's got 2 life left. Next up, it is going to be the rat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The rat's going to use his scurry, come through the hall, get out here next to everybody else, and then that'll be its turn. And then last up, Stout will go. So Stout will face the rat that jumped through, and he will try to hit it with his short sword. Stout has 36, so he needs a 31. Swinging the short sword at the rat. That is a swing and a miss. Swing it again. Swing and a miss. That's everybody. Wandering monster. 3 still comes. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know about what wandering monsters do with that pit, but hopefully we can get these guys killed off before it comes through. All right, so 2 tokens go back in the bag. And then there are 3 rats left, so they will have 3 tokens. The listening skill doesn't count because it's not the first round. 1 rat is wounded. There's 1, 2, 3. No, there's 4 rats. So they'll have 4 tokens. So it'll be 4 and 4. Let's see what we got. So I have 4 and 4. So 1, 2 hero, 3, 4 heroes. And then 1, 2. Yep. 4 and I gotta put 1 more black token in the bag. All right. Got all the tokens in the bag. Gonna give a quick shake up. Let's see who activates. All right, it is us. So Boren is next to 2 rats, the one behind him and the one. So we're gonna activate Boren first with the hammer, and he's gonna take a swing at. He'll swing at the one behind him first. Come on, he needs like a 40 or less. 18. That is a hit. D10 plus 1 damage. Oh my gosh, to this guy. So 2 damage to the rat. It's not wounded yet. It's just hit, and then he'll swing the hammer again, and he misses. That did not go according to plan. So 2 damage on this rat. Let's see who activates next. One of the rats. So all the rats are engaged. So we'll start from this end. 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll a d4. It is 4. So it's the one that's behind Lady Thorn. It is already engaged. It's not hurt. Let's roll a d10 and see what it does. 8. That is standard special attack. So it's going to do a standard attack. 45 to hit. 29, that's a hit. D6 damage to Lady Thorn. 2 to the chest. Her armor soaks it. See what it does again. It can't power attack, so that'll be a standard attack. Lady Thorn. It hits again. D6. 4 to the chest. The armor takes it again. Rats are like a minimal threat to Lady Thorn. Even when she's not looking at it, she just feels something pecking at her from behind. And we're going to have Lady Thorn activate. She is going to turn around and give this guy the what force. All right, so first rat, 57. Does she want to power stance this guy and just do a 77, a 72 with the 2d12? She will power stance and go after this rat. She'll need a 72. 39, that's a hit. She'll roll 2d12s and take the highest. Which I thought I had another d12 lying around here on the table, but all right, so it's either going to go, here we go, 2d12s. All right, we'll take the 8. Rat to Tui. Exploded. And then her squire will go. So Valdemir is going to face the rat that's by him. Oh, is there a rat by him? Yeah, it's right here. All right, so he's going to face that rat. And try to whack it with his staff. So he'll get 2 attacks. He needs 35. First hit, 11. That's a hit. D8 damage. 6 damage. It only takes 1 hit, and he splats. That rat is gone. So that means he can turn this way, swing around with the backhand, and try to get that wounded rat too. 35. 005. That's a bloodlust critical. Wow, Voldemir is like really picking up his game. Another rat to splat it. Sheesh. Voldemir needs to calm down. Like, calm down, dude. We're almost to the end. Calm down. All right, let's see who's next. Great round for them. All right, it's the rat in the back. So let's see what that guy wants to do. He's got these guys 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for who he's going to attack. It's going to be Boren. He is engaged. 9, so he'll do a standard attack. 45s. 70 is a miss. Let's see what he does again. Standard. Yep. Beast just attacked. 47. I think he needs 45. Where's the giant rat card? The giant rat card. I think he needs 45. Oh, yeah. Yep, 45. He misses. So then we'll go back to the bag. So it's just us. So Nayless and Stout. So we'll have Nayless go first. She'll turn around, face the rat, pull out the dagger. She's got 4 life. She misses with a 90. Swing again. 58 also misses. Stout needs to hit with a 30 something. 55, he misses. And he stabs again. Nope, misses again. Wandering Monster. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then end of round. That's a 10. That's bad. Threat roll. Our threat is on 12. 2. So something happens in combat. D10. A 5. That is going to be healing. 1 wounded enemy on the table will heal 1d10 points of hit points. This may occur through the use of healing, but some divine intervention from the gods or through sheer will. All right, so our threat goes down by 3. So we go from 12, 11, 10, back down to 9. And this rat somehow heals 1d10. 5 points of damage, so the rat is fully healed. And then it's time to go back to the bag. So there's just going to be 1 in the bag for the rat and 4 for us. 1, 2, 3, 4 for us. And then 1 in the bag for the lone rat that's alive. We need to kill him this round. And so that we don't have the issue with the wandering monster. All right. Next up, let's see who goes. Wow, it's the rat. So the rat will attack Boren. 91, that's a miss. It'll attack again. 90, yeah, it misses both times. So then it's just us heroes. So we'll have Boren attack it. 56 is a miss. 61 is a miss. Well, Stout will attack it. 72 is a miss. The short sword again. 57 is a miss. Right, Nayless with the dagger. I'm tempted to have Nayless move. Yeah, Nayless is going to move. 1, 2, and then she'll shoot for -10. 94, that's a miss. We'll mark an arrow off. And then Lady Thorn is going to go. Mark an arrow off for Nayless. Lady Thorn will go. And she's gonna charge out here, +10, and swing at the guy, -5. 40, that's a hit. D12 damage. You gotta be kidding me. Got to be kidding me. That's 5 damage. And she can push it 1. And then she can move 1. So it's got 1 life left. It's wounded. But Voldemir is not going to be able to get over there. So then we'll roll for the Wandering Monster. So it's going to move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then end of round. Nothing happens. And then it's back to us. Everything goes back in the bag. 1, 2, 3, 4. Token. Let's see who's up. First up is us. So we're going to have Lady Thorn go again before the Wandering Monster can see us. 72, that's a miss. She'll swing again. 004, that's a Bloodlust critical hit. 2d12s, take the highest. That is a 7 damage. It is dead. All right. Then we can read the quest end. It says Aftermath. Okay. All right, the Lost Prayer. Okay. Objective room set up. Okay, Aftermath. Once the opposition is beaten, the party can finally pry open the sarcophagus. Inside are the remains of a human, still clad in his chainmail, with his arms crossed over his chest. Under his arms lies an old leather tome. There are also 2 wonderful treasures to be found here. The book appears to be some kind of diary, and the name Slate Shadow is indeed written prominently at the start of the book. Most of the passages seem uninteresting until you notice an inscription on one of the old prayers that is unlike anything you have seen before. Any warrior priest may learn this prayer during a stay in a settlement. It takes 1 day and must be done before you give the book to the priest and claim your reward. The party may draw 2 wonderful treasure cards. Awesome. We did it. High five. All right, so we will just see if we can get some alchemy stuff from the rats, and then we will exit the dungeon. They managed to sneak by the Wandering Monster and get out. So we will do a alchemy check. 41, that is a success. And that means he can get three parts. So he'll get some rat tails. And I believe it's going to be D2 rat tails. Or 3 rat tails. Let me find it. Troll blood. That's not it. He so rarely gets any parts from the kills that I don't have that paper out. All right, so I might have to look for that later if I don't see it here in a second, but I am pretty sure he's getting like 3 rat tails. That's the recipes. Did I put it away? I might have put it away. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Make a potion. See if I have the alchemy tables in here. Equipment, alchemy. Got the parts. Where's the table with the monsters and the parts? All right, giant rats. 1 rat tail, so we can do 3 monsters, so he'll get 3 rat tails. So he'll add that to his inventory. Got 4 goblin eyes and 3 rat tails. And then we escape and we get 2 wonderful treasures. Our heroes are victorious. We will grab the wonderful treasure cards again and shuffle those up and pull 2. And then we'll have to head back to the settlement to get our reward for completing the quest. We'll do that in the next video. And then once we get back to the settlement, figure out what we're going to do from there. All right, so all right, so we got our wonderful treasures here. We're just giving these a quick shuffle. Never have too many wonderful treasures. This was a good, getting wonderful treasures makes it all worth it. Right, first wonderful treasure. And then one more shuffle. Move this up. Another shuffle. All right. Somewhere in the middle. All right, that's our 2 wonderful treasures. All right, first up we get Magic Scale Mail. This piece of armor clearly has magical properties. Roll on the magical property table to determine the enchantment. Okay. We got magical scale mail with a durability of 10. And it's got 1d3 minus 1 durability. All right, so I'll have to take some notes on this, and I gotta look up the magical. So we'll look up the table here in a second. So we got magical scale mail. No, actually, you know what? Let's put this card, let's do this whole thing first. So magical scale mail. So first we're gonna roll a d4. 1, 2 is a vest, 3 is a jacket, 4 it's a coat. So we'll get our d4. It is a 1, so that is a vest. Defense 4, encumbrance 7. And then we go to the magical table, which I think is in the core book. All right. Magical properties. Alchemist Guild, talents, equipment, spells, treasures, quest book. I've seen the magical properties before. Perks, talents, equipment, magic. Maybe I need to look it up in the back. Our first magical item, well, outside of the hammer. So we got a legendary item, and we're getting a magical armor. Magic armor, 187, 199. 187. No, that's not quite right. 199. Table of power stones. Okay. Magic armor and shields. Magic item. Magic armors. Okay, so that's what we got. All right, so we got a vest, a magic scale mail vest, and then we did a roll a d10 and see what it is. 5. From time to time, it almost looks as if this armor is on fire, even though it is cool to the touch. Maybe this is the reason it is not susceptible to fire. Ignores effects of fire damage no matter where the strike lands. Okay, so whoever has this will be immune to fire. All right, so let's go to our scrolls. Okay. We have found money changing. Okay. Magic scale mail vest. Magic scale mail vest. User will be immune to fire damage. And this was defense 4, encumbrance 7, and it's worth 2,100 coins. And it has 1d3 minus 1 durability damage. It's got 10 durability. We'll get all this straightened out off the screen. And then 1d3 durability minus 1. So it's got 1 minus 1. It has no durability. It's in pristine shape. 0 damage. 0 damage on it. All right, that's our first wonderful treasure. Okay, now let's see. Our next wonderful treasure. Do we need a note for that? Here we go. It is a magic weapon. Oh, like this is the freaking jackpot. You have uncovered a ranged weapon of superior quality, and by the way the neck of your hair reacts to it, it is bound to have magical properties as well. Roll on the magical properties table to determine the enchantment. So it's either going to be a crossbow pistol, elven bow, or longbow. All right, so we'll roll a d4. Let's see what it is. I think the only person with the range is nameless. Let's check. Is a 1. So it is a crossbow, a magical crossbow that does 1d10 plus 3 damage. Encumbrance 15, class 6, 750 coins. 1d10 plus 3. That's really good. All right, so back to the scrolls. Okay. I locked you up too soon. All right, magic crossbow. Magic crossbow. And that is 1d10 plus 3 damage. And then encumbrance is 15. It's heavy. Class is 6. 750 coins. And then we need to go to find out what kind of magical property it has. So that's going to be under the magic weapons, which is right over here. So this is also a D10 roll. Let's get it in here. Let's get in that thing. A 2. When wielding the weapon, it is as if your hero can feel its thirst for blood. Plus 2 damage. Wow. Thirst for blood. We'll call it the blood bow. The blood bow. Or do we want to call it the cross blood? No, blood bow is better. Blood bow. And that's plus 2 damage. So this thing does 1d10 plus 5 damage every time it hits. Plus 5 damage. That's crazy. Wow. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. All right. Our adventurers are going to exit the dungeon. They managed to survive. They didn't lose anybody this time. And we will pick up the next video outside of the dungeon where our heroes are going to make their way back to Freyfell. They will get their rewards for completing the side quest and the main quest. And then they will find out where fate takes them next. And they'll get these treasures all assigned to somebody. All right. I think that's it. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Appreciate everybody that's been watching through the campaign. All right. I think that's going to wrap us up. Again, thanks for watching and have a great day.